Alright, a little bit of Dynamite. Right after Revolution, we get the show. And I'm going to tell you this. I think there were only 4 things I liked on the show. Possibly 3, but I think it's 4. First, let's talk about Will Ospreay. Him opening the show against Blake Christian. Christian. Blake Christian. You know the reason I botch here? Is I think it wasn't necessary for a Will Ospreay to match. He didn't need to do a match today. All I wanted was Will Ospreay to talk. That's really what I wanted. I really just wanted Will to talk. Not saying the match was bad between him and Blake and Christian. No. There was nothing wrong with it. It was a good match. Seeing the hidden blade to the back of the head, and I think I got a shot of it in my face, was really nice. He did it. He got on the first time with the hidden blade because Blake was going to do it. Then the second one I think is the best one I liked. But what did we get after the match? Literally him about to call out Moxley. The Death Riders came out. There was a beatdown. Then the Bang Bang Gang came out, but then they're stopped after... Let me back up. You get Will getting his ass kicked. Flat out, he got beaten up. Then the Bang Bang Gang come out. There's no real division between the two. Unlike TNA and WWE, someone had put into the head of Tony Khan, oh, don't worry about giving it a little time to really sink into the fans at home or in the arena. Just go straight to the next match. And we get that. We get them coming out before we can truly process the Death Riders beating the crap out of Will. And the mainly person who did it was Pac, my boy. But then when Pac was forced to leave, Will gets back up, runs at Pac, and starts attacking him amongst the people and the fans. Wrong. Sometimes you need to take a breath. And we didn't get that. What did we get? The Bang Bang Gang after Will went into the back with Pac. Within a few moments, the Bang Bang Gang gets into the ring. They get their asses beaten up by Wheeler Yuta and Moxley. And guess what? Ace Austin has now joined the Bang Bang Gang, which kind of fits with him. But even though Ace, and I've known Ace for many years, I've reviewed Ace in TNA, he is an exceptional wrestler. He's very good. But what does that mean when literally the way they write on AEW TV is not the same as TNA? TNA, whether you like WWE Light or not, at least in many cases, can write better than WWE can and AEW can. And I wish he had not left. He went with the Rascals, thinking they can get a little bit more money, which is understandable. They want more money. They don't make a lot in TNA. They just don't. So I don't blame him for it. But sooner or later, like many people in AEW have discovered, as much as you get some good money out of AEW, you're not going to be happy. Because as it stands right now, when have you seen the Death Riders lose with Moxley on the side? If Moxley's not in the match, they could lose. Really Yuta could lose. Claudio Castagnoli can lose. Guess what? Pac, my boy, can lose. But when Moxley's in the match, they will never lose. And he got his ass handed to him. He's the one who had to lose that match to Moxley himself. Now, most people say, well, then that's good. Moxley kind of gave him a rub. It doesn't always work that way. He loses. And the question is going to be, where is he going to be now? Is he going to just be stuck on Collision? Because I haven't seen him on the main show yet. Other than this, I don't see the Bang Bang Gang coming back to Dynamite much. They mainly either stay on Collision or ROH. So he's going to be stuck either in Collision, which doesn't get that many fans watching it. Which, here is Dynamite. No, here's Dynamite. That's about 600, 700,000 sometimes. This is Collision. Maybe half of that. Guess how much ROH is? It's less than that. No matter what anybody says, they say ROH is one of the best out of the 3. If it was, it should be on TNT. Or it should be on TBS. Where is it? Thriller. or it's going to still be doing, I forgot what the name of the other place that they're showing it, but wherever they're showing it, it sucks. Not because the content sucks, but the place that they actually put it on sucks. It would have been better if they put it on YouTube. They should have left it like when it came to AEW After Dark, or what did they call it? Oh my goodness, I've forgotten the name of the original show they had on YouTube. I've forgotten the name of it. It's been so long. I've forgotten it because it doesn't matter now. Instead of putting ROH on YouTube and then doing the pay-per-views when you need to, they put it on like Thriller TV. Like idiots. I don't even remember if it's Thriller at all. I don't know. Either it's Fight. What is it? Fightful? No, not Fightful. Wait, I forgot what they. Forget it. Moving on. Next match. You get Coffin match. Now this match, I can't tell you if it's bad or good because it's something you normally don't see. You don't. WWE used to do certain things like this during the Attitude Era where they would destroy cars, which is good if you don't do it often, which AEW has not, other than when someone gets squashed on a car or something. But in this situation, a Crown Victoria was used when it came to Gabe Kidd and Darby Allin for their Coffin match. Darby and Gabe met in the parking lot. Darby and Gabe I'm saying Kate instead of Gabe. Pretty much, let's put it into perspective. They flipped the car. I think I got an image of it. It's in my face. Darby was supposed to be in the car. Gabe was supposed to be in the boot. Or the I forgot what they call it now for some reason. The trunk. Americans call it trunk. It's been a while. I haven't been around a car in a while. You could see I have not been around in a car in quite a while. But let's make it very clear. That was something you don't normally see. You don't see a car getting flipped over. Seeing Darby breaking the glass to get out, which was already broken. Then grabbing Gabe Kidd, put him onto a trunk. A tool trunk or umbilical trunk. Wheel him into the arena. And then they do the coffin match then. Straight jacket to Gabe. They're fighting. There's bleeding. And then Darby wins the match when Gabe is basically, suicide dived into that coffin. Question now. What now for Gabe Kidd? Nothing. I'm going to tell you this about Gabe. It's not that I hate Gabe. It's that I could not stand the fact they said he's part of the Death Riders when he isn't. They kept saying he's part of the Death Riders, that he's not a part of the Death Riders. Mentioning it as a member of the Death Riders was not even totally accurate because he didn't stay with them long. He kept working by himself. They just kept saying he was. And he wasn't. And now that he's working with the dogs, with Connor and with Finley's son Dave, you shouldn't even be mentioning Death Riders anymore. But they still mention him as a Death Rider when he doesn't even work with them. So that pissed my ass off already on the bat. You couldn't just give him the credit he had earned from New Japan, or at least trying to build it with that. And I'm not telling you that's the right way to do it. As I told you, whatever happened outside the company is bullshit. It counts on how they book you in the company. And the way they booked him was garbage. He didn't stay with the Death Riders. He was sporadic on Dynamite. I don't know how well he was doing a Collision or ROH. And I didn't care about him. So when you teamed him up with Darby Allin, I didn't care from the get-go. I think his name is Blake Connors. I can't remember. But the partner he had, I cared more about. But then I didn't care about him because he kept losing. So now, this is over. Why do you care anything about a Gabe Kidd? You don't. Gabe is done. But then you see that Darby, for some reason, is now in contention. How? I'm confused. How that Andrade, he had his interview. Guy came, I forgot the guy's name, bringing a buttload of cash in a case. Says, Don is on the phone. He says, Andrade needs you to take this money because we need to deal with Darby because he's now become a threat to MJF. How? How is he a threat to MJF? He hasn't done anything other than work with Gabe Kidd. MJF is here. Gabe Kidd is here. Darby's been here. How does he move up to here? I don't get it. I don't. Now, Andrade now has a buttload of cash in a case. That means we're going to be doing work, as in his words, are we working with MJF? And he says, don't worry, Darby Allin's an issue. Now the issue needs to be dealt with. We got some cash. I know you can do it. There you go. I can't click with this one, but I had to do it. I can't do it. I wish I could be Astro Destric. I forgot what the name of that. Just I can do both fingers. But now you do this. I would understand this is for somebody else. But Darby, when he was working with someone way under him, here's Darby. This is Gabe. He was here. And now you're saying you're putting him up here for no reason. You didn't hear Darby say I'm coming for MJF. So it's like, what, why? Moving on. Let's talk about Swerve Strickland. I'm going to tell you this. What he proposed, because it was Kenny Omega said, let's do one more match together. Put your number one contendership, which I did not hear him become number one contender at the pay-per-view. None of that. Now supposedly Swerve is number one contender. How? And that makes even worse sense when he's talking about Darby Allin. How could Darby Allin be a threat to MJF when now you gave Swerve the number one contendership position? Tell me, how does that make sense to you? It does not. And now you see Kenny asking for another match and to put up that title shot because he wants another shot. Now, what did Swerve do to try and counteract it? Because there's nothing for Swerve to care about. Here's what's interesting. But then it's kind of stupid at the same time. Swerve does not trust AEW. Swerve does not trust the EVPs because they screwed him last year out of his title shot, which he did get screwed. So now he's dealing with another EVP with power. And he's saying, you know what? You want this title shot? Fine. But put your EVP position up for grabs. If you beat me, not only you get it. That's it. No problem. He doesn't do that, but I'm just doing like, here, I praise you. Fine. But if I win, I still keep my number one contender shot. You give up your EVP position. Now, it's an interesting thing, but then it makes no damn sense. If Swerve becomes an EVP, if he becomes the EVP, how are they going to book Swerve then? You could say, well, Swerve can do anything he wants then. No, because it's not going to be the same. And if Kenny did it, or if the Bucks did it, or if even Tony himself shows himself, it seems hollow. Very hollow. I do not trust that they're going to book this. If he did win and Kenny lost his EVP position and Swerve has it, I don't trust they're going to actually book it correctly. I don't trust it. Because how are you supposed to book Swerve Strickland? How? As someone who doesn't give two damn fucks about anything except becoming champion. But if he becomes EVP, why would he care about being champion? He doesn't need it. But he doesn't have that mentality of caring about that type of power. He just wants his damn title back. So having both doesn't feel like it's going to work. It sounds counterintuitive. Next. What did we get? Speedball. You know why I'm botching here when it comes to Davis and Speedball? What does it really mean? Nothing. It was just a match. Unless something happens that we don't know until next week or on Collision, it means nothing. Speedball won the match. I didn't even care. I'm not saying that Mark Davis can't wrestle because he can. I'm not saying Speedball can't wrestle. He can. But I don't care. It was just there. Now, I'm telling you right now, what I was waiting for when it came to Mia and when it came to Maria Shafir was Ronda Rousey. Now, we were told and showed images, I believe I have a shot of that in my face, you can see Toni Storm had been taken out and she had a huge pool of blood by her head. A little too much blood, to be honest. I think they went overboard with the blood because of that much blood loss, she should be dead. But she's not. But I'm like, do I care about this match? No. No, I don't care about a no holds barred match. I don't care about it. Now, what I cared about was seeing Ronda Rousey. I thought she would come out. I thought she'd be involved in it. And she didn't show up at all. It was just Marina Shafir versus Mia Shirakawa and a no holds barred match. No hold. I'm sorry. I'm not against Marina Shafir. But she has never felt important. Again, I'm saying this. Last year when they were hot, well, a year and a half ago, when the Death Riders were hot, they should have pushed her then. Last year, barely anything. And that she worked with Toni. She brought Toni from here to here. And that's how it's been since then. Since Blood and Guts of last year. She brought Toni, who was here, to here. And I'm not against anything that Marina Shafir does. I'm being honest here. I'm not against Marina Shafir, but I'm being honest here. It sucked. It just sucked. She telegraphed a lot of the moves that she was doing. And the thing that got me was drinking the champagne in the ring. Now, it's not something that has been done before. But the way she did it was she was overacting so badly. Unless she was legitimately drunk, which I don't think she was. But she just seemed to overact. And it turned me off to the match itself. Yes, Mina Shirakawa won with her big, maybe 38C boobs. Because she ain't a small size woman. She got some near D tits. Gorgeous. Give me Mia. Give me Mia. I'll be happy with that. But the point is, do I care? No. I want to see what's going to happen with Toni Storm and Ronda Rousey. And we didn't get anything from Ronda. And Toni did get taken out, so that is at least something. Next. Trios match, didn't care about. The Bucks and Jack Perry versus the Don Callis family. Let me give it to you like this. The match itself was not the thing here. It was afterward. And let's make this clear. Like MJF's VidPack, well, now his video after he won his match, which I thought was a terrific video. It was good. Talking about he's the best of all time. Talking about he's gone and done all the matches. He's going to be here for the next 20 years. It's cool. It was done pretty well. But what happened after the match when it came to the Bucks, when they were upset, and I think it was Matt, that his birthday was on Sunday. He was upset. He was in front of his dad. His dad said, "Stop acting like a crybaby. You're the Bucks. Man up." Wasn't bad. But once Cope and Cage came out, and why did the graphics show Cage and Cope? It should be Cope and Cage. Excalibur said Cope and Cage. And the graphics is Cage and Cope, which doesn't sound right. But you know what I mean. But let me give it to you like this. Did I like it? It wasn't bad. Seeing that one generation's talking to another, and then FTR, who is also part of the kind of a mix of the current generation and the past generation. Kind of. They are part of the current generation. Because they've been around for over 11 to 12 years now. I'm going to say this. The generation talk wasn't bad. I am interested in seeing Cage and Cope at Dynasty if they would win. And then would they go up against the Bucks? Or are they going to have to... And here's the problem for me personally. An 8-month hiatus really screwed up Cage and Cope. It just did. Now, of course, if Beth Phoenix was actually injured, he's not going to stay. He's going to be there for his wife. So fine. But it's still an 8-month hiatus. And the entire feud feels cold. They got to do something to make Cope, Cage, and FTR mean something. And they got to throw the Bucks in to try and add something extra. Fine. But they better make it good. Because if they don't, this ain't going to end well by Dynasty. But this is just me. I hope you enjoy this review of Dynamite, please give me a comment below. Peace.